it's a delight to have you here with us and to record your success story and to know all about your journey and your work, because it's going to inspire a lot of people over here. So yes, thank you so much for agreeing to do the success case with us. Okay.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us a bit about yourself.
So I'm Amandeep Kaur. I am from New Delhi, India. I have been working as a mobile developer from last many years. Like I have total experience of 9 years now. And I have been into mobility. Like I have been working in iOS native, then I've switched to React JS and React Native, and now I have expertise in all of these technologies. And my motive is to learn more, grow more, and explore a lot of other technologies. And in future, I want to learn, focus more on AI, and so that I can mix up, create a great combination of AI along with the mobility, and create something which is not existing, and I can help people around me.
Yeah, okay. That is really something that is, not only in demand, but also really something tough to work on. And so glad to hear that you got the gist of it and got working on it. So your skills, your skills revolve around these mobile development and all. Now my question is, you of course this shows that you wanted to relocate, you wanted to work abroad, and through VanHack. Why did you want to relocate?
So I wanted to relocate because there were multiple opportunities, not even technically. If I talk about the lifestyle changes, there were a lot of differences between the current country I live in and the countries which I was focusing on. So health sector, education sector, lifestyle, then technical opportunities, everything was a win-win situation for anybody who is looking for something best for the future. So that's why I decided to look for opportunities in US, Canada, or Europe.
Awesome. Yeah, this is exactly what you literally summed up everything. The sort of things, because the opportunities is of course what forces somebody to move out, to look for better places to work. So yeah, that's something I completely agree. But how was the process before VanHack? No, because we want to talk about everything how VanHack helped, but how was the process before VanHack?
So before VanHack, I was continuously, trying to connect the recruiters on LinkedIn. So I knew that to land a job in US or Canada, it's not going to be a difficult thing. I'll have to struggle a lot. I'll have to be patient. I have to be determined, and I have to be self-motivated to do something which is not usual. And getting a job from India in a foreign country, it's going to be a completely upside down world for me. So I was 100% sure that it's going to take time. So initially, I knew that it's going to be coming through either LinkedIn, or I'll have to be approaching the recruiters on the websites. I'll have to apply on the websites of the companies. We'll have to find out which companies are focusing, or they are looking out for foreign talents. So I did that. I continuously kept on connecting the recruiters on LinkedIn. I tried to find out which companies are, okay to have foreign talents. So then I came to know about VanHack. I was just doing Google around, like, how can I land a job overseas from India. So then I came to know about VanHack. But before that, it was always one same thing. I apply and I get a rejection. The reason, I am a foreign talent, so I can't do that. So this was the process before VanHack.
Awesome. That's really interesting. But so you said that when you were Googling things and that how to relocate, is that how you came across VanHack? Because we want to know, how did you find VanHack? Yeah, how was the process for
Yes.
that?
So I found, it was just through a normal Google search, and I was just looking around for recruitment firms which could help me out, find a job. So from there, I came to know about VanHack. And at that time in 2018, there was VanHack Leap going on. It was, I think, the first women-only Leap program by VanHack. And I applied to it. And I was, again, skeptical because it was not in India. So I had to be, I had to be 100% sure for something which is coming up for me. But it is, I can't completely rely on it. So I did a lot of research on it, and I found newspaper articles as well where VanHack, mention was done in India. It was because VanHack had come to India during that year or the previous year, and there was an article in the newspaper. So from there I got a 100% confirmation that okay, this is legit. I can do it, and I will do it, and I will follow this LEAP program definitely. So then I applied to the LEAP, and fortunately, I was in out of thousands of the application, I was shortlisted, and I was in the top 13 candidates.
Awesome. Okay, that's super cool. Even I'm loving your story so much right now, because that doesn't only show that how you came across it, that shows your determination, that how sure you were, that how made sure that you found out all about it, you get connected to it, and you did your research. This is what's actually that's needed from any candidate, from any person who's looking for opportunities. And you scaled it. That was a top
But
notch.
there is a U-turn to this. I could not
What?
make it.
Sorry.
I could not make it. I mean, I was selected, I was getting shortlisted, but for the LEAP event, we had to, VanHack was sponsoring, and we had to come to Canada to, do a networking thing with the companies. But I could not get the visa. I tried 3 times back to back. I could not get the visa. So now, so that year, I was like, okay, this might not be my year. Let me stop trying and let me focus more on my skills, and then I'll retry again. And then the retry story will come up.
This is a complete story happening. This is like I'm really interesting to know more all over, because this is this is what we want people to know, that it's okay if you get rejections. It's okay. You just never give up. Okay, so now that's how you found VanHack. Once you found, like you're saying, that you did the second try and then you got selected. How did VanHack help then? How did this? You were on Slack, you were on the platform, right? You worked on your profile. Tell us all about that. How did VanHack help?
So when I applied, I created my profile on VanHack. The first step was to do the English verification. So back in 2018, there was no code verification done. But for the LEAP event, I had to apply for the code challenge, and I had to clear it, and I cleared it. So the first step after creating the profile was to do the English verification. So that was a pretty simple thing, and I could clear it. After creating that, when I was shortlisted for the LEAP event, there were multiple classes that were taken up by the VanHack team, like how do you appear for the interview, or how do you present yourself, what should be the body language, how do you style yourself, how should you keep your hair, how should be the eye contact when you are virtually attending an interview, how should you give the intro, how long should be the intro, what all things you should mention, what technical skills you should mention, what things you should not tell the interviewer. So all these small tips, they were shared, and I created a notebook of it. Every time whenever there was a session, I used to note down everything and do it by heart. Whatever I was doing by heart. So there, VanHack eventually helped me groom myself for the interviews. And that this is what I would conclude, because small tips like, I'm talking to you. I don't know how, if you are sitting at the other corner of the world, I don't know how you are seeing me. So I should be able to communicate well with you. I should be able to make the eye contact. So that small minor tips which we usually miss out, those tips were given by VanHack team, and that eventually helped me, and it totally changed my world, not only for the overseas interviews, but also for the interviews which I was appearing for in India. There also I was getting the feedback from the interviewer that you are a different kind of candidate which we never came across while taking an interview for any other candidate. So that kind of interaction, the positive interaction between the interviewer and the interviewee or the candidate, these small tips definitely helps you. But yeah, you should keep all those points in your mind and not just attend the session and leave it. Okay, I'll check it later. Not that.
Awesome. Okay, this was really not only interesting but also inspiring. That I love the part, especially that you kept a notebook and you jot down every details and every single thing, because and you're absolutely right. People do miss out these tiny bit things
Yes,
because they think first impression. We don't want we sometimes we don't want to believe it, but it's always first impression is the last impression. The first communication is the last communication. The other was
right.
because there's a whole world out there. People just want to see the first jab at you, and then they're like, we are done for the first jab. But I'm even I'm going to take tips from you that how you how you jotted down all these details, how the interview tips and all. Yeah, this was really interesting, and I'm so glad that Van Hack could help you with it. So you talked about the interview processes, like the eye communication and everything. How was the how was the interview process? You can tell us about the mock interviews and the final interviews. How did that help?
So whenever you apply for the interview and you are shortlisted, before taking your profile forward to the final, the company, or you have your direct interview with the company, VanHack organizes a mock interview where you are, taught, or you can say you are reviewed for the kind of questions they would be asking and the kind of answers you should give. So these mock interviews are very much important because they will help you understand where you are lacking, uh, and which points you need to mention in your first round of interview, because as we say, your first impression is the last impression. So it definitely helps you drive through the complete journey of the interview process. Yes, I applied to multiple jobs, and not every time there was a mock interview going on, because I applied around more than 100 jobs, and things were I kept on practicing, and everyone in VanHack knew that okay, she can pull it off. We don't need an interview for her. So uh, that kind of confidence I got from VanHack as well, and that kind of network I built within VanHack. I tried. Contacting the team with in VanHack. I tried to whenever there was an issue, like tomorrow I have an interview, I should be knowing something which I'm missing out, and I have a doubt about it, I directly ask somebody in the VanHack. I just lag them directly. So these small things, the accessibility within VanHack is 100% there, and you can take the advantage of it. Uh, and the process, every company follows a different kind of interview process. Before, like usually the overseas companies, they focus more on the cultural fit first, and then they take the technical interviews. So you need to be having the cultural things, fit cultural fit test first, and then you can go ahead with the technical things. Because technically, if you are not like somewhere, if you're lacking, you can grow, you can learn. But if you are culturally not fit for an organization, then it will think twice before hiring you. So these small tips you need to keep in your mind, and you need to portray, or you need to show yourself 100% fit for that organization, so that your profile passes on to the next round.
Oh, okay. That's a bit, that's really interesting because you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm confused about can you tell us a bit more about you said about culturally being prepared for it.
Uh-huh.
What exactly, is it about the behavioral interview? Is it about being before the technical? Tell us a bit more about it.
So cultural fit means, because if somebody, a foreign company, is hiring a foreign talent, so they need to make sure that you are able to first of all communicate with the team members, because that diversity, if the company is okay to have a diverse team, then you should be able to communicate first. Then things come like how well you fit in, or how well you gel up with the your teammates. Like if I am talking to you the first time, how well I am able to interact with you, how well I am able to make you comfortable, and how good the interviewer is able to make me comfortable. So that kind of interaction, if it goes well, then you have a lot of good chances to move ahead in the process, and there will be a good push from the first round itself, okay, that this candidate is going to make a change in this organization.
Absolutely agree with this on, and I love your energy already. because you're right. That's how you, because now the world has changed. We are remote, and it's all about being connected virtually, and that's
Right.
where communications and energy matters to connect with the people. So yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so how did you feel when you got hired? You told us all about this applying over here. How did you feel when you got hired?
So when I got hired, I mean, it could be, this is, I think, a general reaction anyone would give. I was speechless. I was numb. I started trying in 2018 and finally got a dream job in 2021. 3 years to 4 years long journey was like never stopping. And I was just, when I had that mail in front of me, I was able to go back to this point where I started applying. And I like that complete journey, that complete rail of memories came in front of me. And I was like, okay, finally I have something which I aimed at. And it's a complete new world which is going to start for me. And I felt proud of myself. Not only my relatives felt, but even I felt proud of myself of never giving up. So that's the big thing which I would say. The determination and never giving up formula. It definitely helps. And yes, you need to be a lot patient. Yeah.
I'm so excited right now to hear all about this, about your story, about your journey, because this is so empowering to everybody out there who's going to see this success case story. And they're going to like, this is the thing we got to do. This is really interesting. By the way, so once you, so how was the visa process? Is it still in
So
process, or is it because you're still in the relocation process? Just tell us a bit about that.
So my the company which I'm selected is a remote first company, so
Mhm.
there won't be any relocation. But
Got
the company will is making sure that everything that an employee needs while they are working remotely, that's provided to them. So and even that communication between the company and the candidate, VanHack was the intermediator. And I think it went really well. That communication also from a candidate to VanHack and to the company, the feedbacks, everything was very pretty smooth.
That's amazing, and thank God that went smooth. And also, yeah, the world is remote now. It's like everything is going happening remotely, especially due to pandemic. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's everything is so accessible now. So yeah, I'm glad it's in smoothly, and it's
So
in.
I think we can change the question, like why did you want to go for a remote first company rather than how was the
Okay, we can
relocation
discuss
process?
that because today
Yeah.
we're just listening your story. However you want to rephrase the question, however you want, because we want to know your story, your side of the story. Yeah, why you wanted to go for the remote first.
So there were multiple opportunities coming up when I was hired in the July virtual hiring event
Mhm.
and of this VHF virtual hiring fair in July. So there, I had, I think, 5 companies interview scheduled, but I needed only one job. And from the day one, when we were, I was talking to my husband and we were shortlisting the companies. Okay, what if we got an offer? Which one would we choose? So there was a kind of deviation towards the remote first company. The reason being, I could be able to, focus on my family as well. I could live with my family and I could work the way I wanted to. And there were other reasons where, the relocation, looking at the pandemic, the COVID, if I and my husband would move to US or Canada or anywhere, wherever I would find the opportunity, then there could be a concern from the family members as well. Okay, if they have moved, they don't know how we are living. So that kind of I
Completely
don't know what the
understand.
word
I
is.
completely understand, and I get you over here. Yeah, no, there's the cultural reasons, there are family reasons.
Yes.
Yes, I completely understand, and I'm so glad that all your boxes were ticked with this job, and this helped you, and not just with your work, but also with your life and making a balance of work life.
Yes, the balance. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so happy for that. So now the last question is, because we had a wonderful discussion today, and thank you so much. We actually summed up all the tips that how was it, and I love, like I said before, I love your energy. What tips do you have for others, for especially for this whole process you discussed, and how they should not give up, most importantly? Yeah.
So, the tips that I have for other van hackers who are trying is, I know it's easy for me to say, but should never give. I mean, the first thing that you, when you start applying, the first thing that you should have in your mind is, okay, I am starting, but I will not end until I have reached my goal. So just keep this in mind, and you will, that determination will automatically keep on pouring in, that patience will also come in, and you will be able to achieve your goal. It definitely takes time. Even if you are trying for a job in your own country, it takes time. Sometimes it takes 1 week, sometimes it takes 15 days, sometimes it takes 3 months, sometimes it takes years to find a dream job. So why can't we put those similar efforts when we are looking for an opportunity from one country to other? Even the company has to make a perfect decision, and you also have to make a decision. So that decision has to be two-way decision. So you just need to be determined. Even if it's a rejection, no worries at all, because that rejection is just a stepping stone to the next level. And even if it takes time, that okay, that rejection happened because you lacked somewhere. Even if you did not lack, you could still improvise yourself. And that the determination thing always comes in. I mean, everything lands up to the determination. I am not going to stop. The day you say, okay, I am done with it, I am not going to try, it's like you are end up digging the level best, and you were just few minutes away your destination, but you still did not, you gave up and you did not reach it. So rather than doing that, just keep on trying, and never give up. That's the best tip I could give.
Oh, that's super awesome, because yeah, this is exactly what we want at VanHack, and I'm so glad that that this whole of this process of not giving up, VanHack could help you with it. So, any last thing before we end this call, because we want everybody to be sure that no matter how many jobs you apply at VanHack, no matter how many rejections you get, you just gotta stick to it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much, Aman. It was lovely talking to you, and we wish you luck with all your future endeavors and all your things, and with your family and your work. So thank you so much, and I love your jhumke. So have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Isa.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Great day. Bye.